What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and yeah, things are starting to get interesting, y'all. Things are starting to get super interesting when it comes to this writer's strike. And look, it's going to get worse before it gets better. But right now, we are in the getting worse phase. Absolutely. And the reason that it is, and the reason things are starting to get heated, things are starting to get good, is because we are at the midway point. Or actually, I think we're past the midway point in this writer's strike. We're on day 133. Of the writer's strike right now. That's well past that 100 days that the last strike was finally wrapped up and resolved. So we are well past that. And I think, like I said, we're at the midway point. I think the strike is going to last all the way up until the end of the year. So we're about midway through this thing. And that's when the finger pointing starts. The blame game starts. We saw that on the last one. You know, the writers were coming out saying, oh, the studios is willing to deal with us individually. You know, we can make individual side deals with the studios and not deal with everybody. Where at the same time, the amptp said, nah, they lying, okay? The studios and the streamers are in lockstep. We all together, all for one for all, solidarity. So you had that kind of story coming out. That's the kind of stuff that happens midway through. You know, they're trying to divide and conquer. And you see the same type of situation happening here. Now, this is on the wrap where it says the WGA has canceled a meeting with Kenya Barris, Noah Hawley, and other showrunners seeking to end the strike. This is an exclusive. And I mean, the fallout on Twitter is absolutely hilarious. This thing is turning into a 1000% shitstorm. So depending on who you believe, maybe this is true, maybe this is not true. Again, according to Twitter, because once this story dropped, once this story came down, the people, they just went into full attack mode against this writer. This is Sharon Waxman, who is the editor-in-chief of the Wrap. They went into full-on attack mode saying, oh, you a liar, you nothing but a studio shill. Yeah, let's check this out real quick. Like, this is the post on Twitter where it says showrunners were hoping to get some answers from the WGA today and got a sense of where the guild stands on the deal with the studios, but the guild canceled the meetings, and yeah, everybody went off. Let's check the replies. This guy, I don't believe you. This cat on strike Cunningham, described to the Wrap by an individual with knowledge. Right. This guy Brandon says, damn, do any of you rags actually do journalism, or is it all just PR for billionaires? And this person Bree says, I'll take things that never happened for 200, Alex. This guy Michael Dean, until you quote someone other than an insider with information, it's bullcrap. Then Kung Fu Cthulhu says, if there's any truth to this, then it's likely that the strike is going to come to an end sooner rather than later. This is not what solidarity looks like. I don't know if that necessarily means the strike is going to end soon, but yeah, this is not solidarity at all. And again, we've already seen that from the showrunners. You know, like these guys are basically like somebody in here says, where's it at? Yeah, this guy, John T. Woods, your article is bad and you should feel bad. On the ground, in reality, here on earth, WGA, SAG, writers, showrunners, guild leadership, all in complete lockstep. But again, that's not true, okay? That's not true. We saw that on the previous article from Variety. Yeah, you guys remember this article. I covered it. I'll link it above if you didn't see it. But yeah, TV staff minimum remains key sticking point. But some in WGA privately grumbled, nobody asked for this. Yeah, so you got cats in the WGA privately grumbling. Well, who is that exactly? Oh yeah, it's the showrunners. Nobody asked for this, said one prominent showrunner. Every showrunner I know is against this. It doesn't make sense to anybody. Yeah, showrunners ain't 100% together with this. The WGA isn't 100% together with this. We've seen that in the Deadline comments. You know, when I go to Deadline articles and I kind of scroll through the comments and read a few, you see how people are not 100% standing on this, all right? Showrunners didn't ask for these overstuffed, bloated writers' rooms, all right? So look, we can all pretend that everybody's in lockstep and everybody's cool and united, but that's not the case, all right? If it was the case, then let me ask you this. If it was the case that everybody's in lockstep, then why won't the WGA allow their members to vote on that August 11 proposal that the studios put out? Why won't they just let their members vote on it? That's what some of the writers and the folks in the Deadline comments were saying. Hey, according to the WGA, it's a bad deal. So if they let the members vote on it, the members will reject it, right? Right? So why won't they let that happen? And then that would be proof positive. Nah, we all together on this. And the reality is because they're not all together on this. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back to this one. Let's see what's going on with these showrunners. The Writers Guild of America canceled a scheduled meeting with top Hollywood showrunners, including Kenya Barris and Noah Hawley, on Monday after a week of intense bickering over whether the guild was adequately seeking a resolution to the entertainment industry's crippling 4-month-old strike, the Wrap has learned. Barris, who does Blackish, Hawley, who does Fargo, and numerous powerful showrunners have been demanding answers from the WGA negotiating leadership, namely Chief Negotiator Ellen Stutzman and committee co-chairs Chris Kaiser and David A. Goodman, to ensure that the guild was motivated to get a deal. The showrunners began to reach out for clarification last Tuesday, and exchanges with the WGA leadership was described to the Wrap by an individual with knowledge as intense and emotional, with phone calls between individual showrunners and guild leaders leading to fights, shouting matches, and screaming hang-ups, as the individual put it. Wow. Yeah, screaming hang-ups. You can understand why folks in the guild want to squash this nonsense as soon as possible. No, we wasn't hanging up. And as a matter of fact, none of this is true. Everybody's lying, and I don't know what this chick is talking about. Who is your source? Let's get some answers and blah, 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 okay? I can understand why cats is coming at her on hard on Twitter. Like, check this one out. Now, this guy seems to have some information, right? This is Sharon Waxman lying. Kenya and Noah asked for a meeting with our negotiating committee, which the negotiation committee agreed to. When it got back to Kenya and Noah that they were rumored to be a Discord group, they canceled the meeting. This story was pushed by agents at the Wrap, and Haxman swallowed it whole. So he's basically saying, like, yeah, these guys canceled the meeting, you know, not the WGA. But look, it doesn't really matter who canceled the meeting, okay? It could have been the WGA. It could have been those two guys. Doesn't really matter. The point of this article is to explain that these cats are not on the same page, okay? If these cats were the ones that are asking for the meeting, okay, if they were asking for the meeting and then the negotiating committee agreed to it and then they came back and canceled it, well, what was the meeting about? They wanted to talk to these cats and get some of this stuff squared away. Hey, are you guys working in the best interest of ending the strike? It doesn't matter who canceled the meeting. Is that what the meeting was about? See, that's the stuff that you got to understand. The rising fear among some in the industry, including some high-ranking members of the writers community, is that the guild leadership is not interested in making a deal, but is intent on holding the line to get its first ass. Honestly, when you say that this is what they're trying to do, it's like similar to what the studios are looking for, okay? It's similar to what the studios are looking for because, look, it makes sense what they're saying. You guys remember when like the WGA put this little chart together, right? Talking about, well, this is the cost of our proposal, the annual cost for each studio, their annual revenues, and what the percentage would be, you know, 0.2% or something like that. It would be pennies. And remember, this is the stuff that they're pushing out there. They're pushing this stuff in the media to kind of say, yeah, see how little we're asking for? It's the studios that are being unreasonable when it comes to this whole strike situation. That's the reason for them putting all of this type of information out there, is so that they could kind of lean things towards their original proposal, okay? And remember, I said on the previous video that, well, if the studios aren't taking this deal, then maybe it's really not about the money. Maybe it has everything to do with them crippling you, okay? Destroying the union, which is what they said they wanted to do in the first place. That's what this is about. So again, this makes sense to me. This makes a lot of sense. Like, yeah, they're trying to go back. They want this, okay? They want this, and they ain't taking no for an answer. It's just like the studios are like, yeah, we just want to cripple you guys and we'll hang you out to dry. This is our last offer. We'll just chill and wait until you guys sign that deal. And that's basically where they're at this point. Nobody's made any negotiations. Nobody's discussed anything in almost a month. All right. There's been really no discussions between those two groups in nearly a month. Hawley and Barris didn't immediately respond to the Wrap's request for comment. When reached for comment, WGA said in a statement, this story is not true. Okay, so again, what part of the story isn't true? That the meeting happened at all, or that the meeting was scheduled? We got a guy who apparently had some insider knowledge that said, oh, yeah, there was a meeting, but it was these two cats that canceled it. So which one is true? And like I said, it doesn't really matter because now you got the infighting, okay? Clearly these cats had a meeting. What was the meeting about? Was it the meeting to discuss ending the strike? Okay, coming to some terms, you know? Is it because of what she was saying here? The guild leadership is not interested in making a deal, but only getting what it at first asked for? Is that what the meeting was about? And again, we see that coming through the comments in Deadline. Again, they're not on the same page. So for people to sit out here and try to pretend, oh, everything is hunky-dory, you know, everybody's marching in lockstep, that's a bunch of BS and you know it. Says a major factor in the renewed freeze in talks between the two sides is a dispute over whether the studios or the guild should provide the next counter proposal to continue the talks. Yeah, and it kind of goes through the timeline of events. Yeah, the guild said it was waiting for a formal response to an August 15 offer and blamed the current standstill on amptp paralysis. And then the amptp said, oh yeah, you know, we already responded to that. We had talks with the guild on August 16 and 17 on contract terms. You know, the organization claims that on August 18, the studio offered further compromises in response to the guild's August 15 proposal, and that the guild said it would respond within a week. And yeah, since August 18, it's, you know, like I said, what are we on, the 12th? You know, it's damn near a month later, and nothing's happened. The amptp says, yeah, we haven't heard from nobody. The WGA says, yeah, they have held the line with what they went in with. This person also said that Hollywood CEOs have continued to reach out individually to try to break the logjam and spark a true negotiating conversation. But the individual said they are not cooperating with anybody. Again, we got the he said, she said going on right now, okay? Everybody's pointing fingers. Everybody is saying, oh, it's your fault. Nope, nope, it's your fault. Nope, we did what we were supposed to do. We wait on y'all to do what y'all supposed to do. Again, this is where it gets really ugly, okay? And then you're going to see it spill over on social media. You're going to see it spill over in the deadline comments. Everybody's going to start pointing fingers. And sooner or later, you're going to get somebody calling somebody out of their name, okay? Somebody going to be coming out. Look, you a motherfucking liar. You know, they're going to be coming out going wild and crazy with the commentary, okay? I guarantee you that's the next thing. Now, this part right here, this part, I guarantee you the guild is going to say is a lie, all right? They're going to say this one's a lie 1,000%. The individual said some showrunners are considering leaving the union and working independently, a sign of how the trust is beginning to fray between leadership and some influential members. Some showrunners considering leaving the union. They need to. Okay, this whole union thing is for the birds. They need to break it up, all right? These cats are sitting out here leaving these writers high and dry, you know, just so they can cling on to what little power they have left in Hollywood. Look, this thing is going to come down to this right here, independence, all right? We're seeing that with the Iron Age, okay? You're going to have independent content creators going out there doing their thing. They're going to start competing heavily, very, very heavily with a lot of mainstream entertainment. Mark my words, you guys don't think I'm... Just keep watching, keep paying attention. Independent content creators. And if you are strapped down to some union and rules and all that kind of stuff, it's just going to slow you down, you know? So yeah, when some showrunners are saying, no, we out of here, okay? We're going to leave the union. We're just going to do our own thing. I 1,000% believe that. Even if they won't come out and say it in an interview, because they're not. Nobody's going to say this in an interview, all right? Oh yeah, we're thinking about leaving the union. That would destroy the union immediately, okay? So no showrunner is going to say that. But you know, in private conversations, just between us, yeah, man, I think I can actually do a little bit better outside of this union, okay? I think I'm good enough where I can make my own deals with the studios or the streaming services or just do my own thing outside of that and then just sell my stuff to the highest bidder. I ain't got to work with these cats, you know? There's a lot of showrunners right now. Again, it's easier than ever to put yourself on in this entertainment game. So there's really no reason to have a union, you know? You can do all of this work yourself. Yeah, for the small little cats, sure. But these big shots, okay, these showrunners, these guys, they don't need the union. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this thing is all going to play out. I have a feeling that both sides are going to sit there throwing all of these little verbal barbs at one another. Or maybe this is the PR firms just making up nonsense. Who knows? Okay. You know, but I have a feeling they're going to sit here for a couple of months. Okay. They're going to sit here through September, through October. We're going to get to November, and that's when they're going to finally start having some serious discussions, because winter is coming. Okay. The winter is coming. Writers are still on the picket line. Rent is due. Okay. Tender vittles don't really taste good anymore, okay? And my cat is looking at me like, yo, what are you doing with my tender vittles, you know? So you're going to start to see a whole lot of this stuff. And look, the studios can hold out a lot longer than the writers, all right? And that's the thing that the writers got to understand. They can hold out a whole lot longer than y'all, all right? But anyway, folks, that's just my opinion on this situation. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I have a feeling there's a modicum of truth somewhere hidden in this article and in this whole situation. I think Yeah, we're starting to see some fracturing within the guild. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.